Good afternoon, Hive fans. We have a great afternoon scheduled, hopefully. This is game 3 of the quarterfinal match between current world champion Jewdoka, author of the book Canon of Hive Groundwork, and also author of the upcoming book, The Canon of Hive Opening Theory, which should be available very, very soon. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, uh, Joe has promised me a live interview on a live stream once his book is available. So we are all looking forward to that. It is a beautiful summer afternoon here in Florida, which means that my thunderstorm alert button, which is right here, is ready because you never know when we're going to get thunderstorms. And when you get thunderstorms, you get power fluctuations, which creates issues. So it's been an exciting tournament season. Let's take a quick glance at the tournament results so far. In the quarterfinals, this is the match between Jewdoka and InDusDus. Jewdoka is currently leading 2-0. It is a 6-game match, first one to 3.5 points. So if we play 2 games today, it is theoretically possible that Jewdoka could end up winning. The next match in the quarterfinals is Happy Kiwi and Stepanzo. Happy Kiwi leads 3-1. Stepanzo will have to win 2 games in a row to force tie breaks in that one. A.E. Norman 43 and SP Fish. 1 game has been played. A.E. Norman won that one. And the final quarterfinal match has Chigi versus Rise Again. 5 games have been played. Chigi leads 3-2. So Rise Again will be looking to win game 6 to force tie breaks. And it's interesting. Jewdoka's team in the Hive Team Championship, the Buzzkills, 3 of the 4 players have made it into the quarterfinals. That's Jewdoka, A.E. Norman 43, and Rise Again. So that's very interesting. Maybe Rise Again and A.E. Norman 43 have been practicing with the world champion. That could help them in their match. The lobby is open. We've got Cower 50. That's Carl. Hey, Carl, we appreciate you joining. Let me take a quick look to see if we have anybody online yet. We do have 1 viewer so far. And Lacey with a bunch of 5s. That's Laszlo from Hungary. He's instrumental in getting the Hungarian Hive Club started, and they hosted the European Hive Championship last year. They're going to again next year. So they're making arrangements for that as we speak, sometime probably early summer next year. So it's been an exciting tournament season. There I am doing a replay without comment for all of the games in the World Championship knockout rounds, and hopefully we'll be doing a couple game reviews. There's a couple games that I've already taken a look at, started plotting out what I can say about them. Very instructional games have been played. And if you wonder, I have a cough drop in my mouth because I still have a cough, not completely over whatever it was that I had. So it should be an exciting afternoon. So we're looking forward to that. At any time now, the players will be coming into the lobby. And I've been tracking the results for all the games in the tournament, and it's interesting. More and more often, the top level players are waiting until turn 4 to bring their queen in, and also playing buffered openings. In fact, quite often, both white and black play a buffered opening. And that's been quite interesting. A little bit of a change. So it's interesting. I just saw on Board Game Geek a very let's see, how do I want to say it? Entertaining thread uh, written by a writer that said he's quit Hive 3 times because it's too addictive. And I can understand that completely. And he made a couple comments as to things that people say about Hive that are not true. And one of them, of course, is Hive has been solved. It has not anywhere close to being solved. Of course, once we have some really top quality computer playing with fast and lots of lots of memory and very fast processor speeds, might come up with something like a stockfish type of Hive AI that will mean all the difference in the world. But right now, the only AI can still, I mean, I play AI in my Android app and win most of the time, but occasionally I still lose. So the AIs are not playing at top level yet, but I'm sure it will be happening at some point. So we are waiting. It is 1 minute until 1700 GMT, so hopefully the two players will be coming into the lobby soon. That's InDusDus from Hungary and Jewdoka from the US. Quarterfinal match. Jewdoka is currently leading 2-0. Okay, Jewdoka has shown up in the lobby, so one of our players is here. So I'm going to go over and put a little note on there and say, "Hi, Joe. I am streaming." So Joe is playing black in game 3. He's setting up the room. It's 20-20, which means 20 minutes of playtime with 20 seconds added each move. So it should be exciting Hive this afternoon. We're just waiting for InDusDus to join. And of course, there is a 3-minute delay. Not that either player would cheat by listening to my commentary, but we want to make sure that doesn't happen or minimize the probability of it happening. 3-minute delay. InDusDus is in the room, in the lobby, so they will be playing here very shortly. So let's get the Buy Me a Coffee off. We'll get review room 80 open. And I don't know that InDusDus is going to start with the ladybug, but I just did that so I can help identify which room it is that I'm looking at while I was setting up my stream. InDusDus says, "Okay, I am ready. Let's go." Jewdoka says, "Have fun." Let's see if I can get this going here very quickly. Okay, so they are moving quite quickly. So let's see if I can get caught up here. Both opened with ladybugs. White played a mosquito. Black played the queen and elbow. White played the queen, chose a Z queen formation. No buffered opening in this match. Then black plays the mosquito. White played a pillbug. Black played the pillbug. White, whoops, did that regularly. White played an ant, and black played an ant. So we're 6 moves in, or 5 moves in for each player, and neither player has even begun to move anything yet. And InDusDus is going to do a little bit of a think. I am going to turn off the mouse so that that doesn't interfere with it. InDusDus chose an inline pin, actually an elbow pin on this ant. And black immediately pinned the opposing ant. One major difference here, however, is this potential pin-proof spawn point is no longer available for white, but for black it still is right there. Make sure if you join that you drop a comment. Let me know who you are, where you're from. We had a live stream earlier today at a Blitz tournament over at hivegame.com, which I'm going to have to do a little bit more research and practice on live streaming from that platform, because next year's World Championship will almost assuredly be played in that venue rather than at Board Space. And I need to put on the 3-minute delay. Okay, InDusDus brings in the second ant. Oh, there we go. I have to try. Don't do that. And as quite regularly happens, you see a lot of ants coming out at the very beginning, as both players jockey for position, be able to bring in beetles to qualify for the win and neutralize the opposing pillbug. Ah, you know what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to turn this on. We can see where the last move was. Let me know what you think about that on the live window. One thing I like about Board Space is Dave Dyer is constantly looking to improve. And so the little spot right down here where the little number sign is, you can choose. Okay, you can't actually see that, but you can choose all, which would show all the moves. You could choose the last 2, last 5, or as I just did, just the last one. Now, you don't like to waste an ant pinning a bug like a grasshopper or a spider, but InDusDus could pin the grasshopper here and shut down this pin-proof spawn point. Or he could bring another ant in the game. If he brings another ant in, you run a little bit of a risk. If you bring it in at the mosquito, then the mosquito could pin it, swap the pin for a 1 for 2 pin. Here it could get pinned up against the queen, or most likely place would bring it in would be right there. And that's where he did. He brought the ant in right there. I'm going to turn the number off because I can't. So first beetle for each player comes in, and Jewdoka gets the beetle up, as does InDusDus. One of the games I'm looking forward to doing a review on, a video, highlights the potential problem when, like white right here, the beetle is covering its own queen. So black has not qualified for the win on their own, but has qualified for the win in that the white queen can't get worked away by the white pillbug. So that's a potentially dangerous situation, having a bug on your own queen. Okay, second beetle comes in. Again, now you can see the purpose for this grasshopper. Not only is it a good defender, but it makes it so that this was a pin-proof spawn point for the two beetles. I'm going to quickly take a look at the lobby to see. Right now we have six spectators at board space, including me, Lacey, Tower, 50, R10, and 2 guests. Oh, AE Norman 43 has just joined. So the question is uh, InDusDus going to, oh, interesting. Oh, that's a very interesting move there, because it's a setup shot, so black cannot immediately cover the mosquito because otherwise he loses. Very, very good move there by InDusDus. So let's go back and take a look at that. When black plays the beetle, the white mosquito attacks, and nothing can stop the white mosquito from covering the queen. Hey, R10, I see that you're on board space as well. Okay, so he moved the pill bug away. Now, is InDusDus going to... Well, that's interesting because if he attacks with the ant, then that's a setup shot, and you will have to do something to protect this spot. He would have to place a block or move the beetle. But if he moves the beetle, then white has a very strong attack going. Or if white, the thing about it is if white does that, yep, that's what I thought he was going to do. He's going to attack with one of the ants, which forces black to respond. That's interesting. He's going to end the ant. Okay, now, if white plays a grasshopper, okay, I was going to say if white plays a grasshopper here, then if the beetle moves up, the grasshopper doesn't really have an angle of attack. Well, another option would be to pin the beetle. Oh, that's interesting. He drops down with the beetle. That threatens... The ladybug has an angle of attack to take the kill shot. So black must do something. Either you can't pin the ladybug, so you either have to move the beetle, could cover the ladybug, but then white just covers it immediately back. Oh, he did not play that. He was just looking at it. I'm going to turn the sound on. Let me know what you think about that. Yeah, see, I don't think that's... I mean, that's threatening, but the grasshopper is too easy. No, but that's what he did. Bit surprised. He's very surprised if he leaves the beetle there because the grasshopper can jump right over. But he did. He left the beetle there. Oh, do you know what's interesting is that white does not have anything that has a angle of attack to the kill spot. So the black pillbug could come in defensively. White grasshopper to here could stop that pillbug from going in. Yeah, I think this is an excellent play here. White grasshopper here. Then you're threatening the grasshopper and grasshopper. Now the problem with the beetle going to here, beetle to there, ladybug to there, and then the black ladybug jumps out. So is there any benefit to the white beetle to there? Possibly. Oops, wrong one. What defense does black have if white plays the grasshopper there? He can't pin it, but if he pins it with either one of these, then the bug that's released takes the setup shot, threatening with the grasshopper. Nope, he comes down with the beetle. Now, if black doesn't cover the beetle, obviously the white beetle will cover the black beetle. So you don't want to. You almost have to cover. You almost have to cover it. Okay, so it covers it with beetle 1. That's also interesting because now the white mosquito doesn't have beetle power. Too late with the grasshopper move. I get ahead of myself. I see them placing it because we don't have the you touch it, you move it rule like they do in chess. A player can place a bug, look at it for a while, and then take it back. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't see that defense. Now that black spider could be setting up a pre-swamp for the grasshopper. Now that's also the other thing that the spider did was place the block on this spot. Interesting. Now, if you're white, do you climb up with the beetle or do you attack with the beetle? I would think that you would climb up with the beetle if given the opportunity. So black has 3 bugs that can pin the beetle: the mosquito, the ant, or the ladybug. If the ladybug pins it, okay, that doesn't matter because it looks like the okay, pins it with the mosquito. Now we see Jewdoka's defense here. The grasshopper could be easily pre-swamped. If the ladybug goes over right now, there's no bug available to take the kill shot, so black could pre-swamp. The ant goes to there. Yeah, see oh, that's a very interesting defense there. Attacking seems to come naturally. Defense is something that you have to learn. And Jewdoka, multiple world champion, is very good at it. Okay, so he jumps over with the mosquito. Now, did he do that in order to cover the grasshopper if given the chance? It's over. He's not going to have time to get that grasshopper pre-pumped. These moves are somewhat forced. Yep. Fills the grasshopper. Nothing can stop the grasshopper from going in. Just to InDusDus, one game free. So we knew it wasn't going to be easy. InDusDus asking for a 15-minute break. Jewdoka's asking for a 5-minute break. So 3 goes to InDusDus. So we'll go over here. Get the lobby open. So they're going to be playing again in about 5 minutes, game 4. Let me turn the live note off. Put another cough drop. The winner of this match will go up against the winner of the Happy Kiwi Stepanzo match in the other quarterfinal. So let's run through it real quick and see what happened. Both players started with a hub opening, and a number 5 triple, 55 offside with a Z queen formation. Both players brought in pill bugs, ants, and pin the ant. It was interesting, the grasshopper here was designed so that the beetle factory could be open. The white beetle stopped the black beetle, but covered its own queen. It was a very interesting attack by InDusDus. I was thinking this grasshopper move was done a little bit too late. It'll be interesting to go back and review this to see if there was a defense for that. And then once it got to this point, it was basically over. Too many attacking bugs, too little defense. Forces the mosquito to do that. Moves to there, forcing the ant over to there, and then the white ant could, in either one of these places, place the fill, releasing the grasshopper to take the kill shot. So it was, as Joel Bessemer said, it was a great finish by InDusDus. Okay, so let's get that room done and let's get the next room open. Oops. Okay. Well, I just learned something. You can't leave a room inactive for too long, otherwise board space closes it down on you. So Jewdoka's in room 1. Game 4, Jewdoka will be playing white in game 4 and 5 with a 2-1 lead. So we'll be waiting for them to get going. InDusDus is taking a little bit of a break. Rise Again has joined. So what do you think? Do you think InDusDus is going to be able to pull out another victory in game 4, tying it up at 2-2, or do you think Jewdoka is going to go ahead 3-1? It was an excellent game on InDusDus's part from that previous one. So R10 Canale has dropped a note in, as has Joel Bessemer. That's Dr. Bees. So please drop a comment. Let me know where you are, who you are and where you're from. And of course, if you'd like to support my channel financially, you can click the little dollar bill down there by the chat. Or you can, I will turn that off, and you can check out the Buy Me a Link coffee down below. We're waiting for InDusDus to get done with his break. Jewdoka's in room 1. He's set up to play white on 2020. Of course, this is a 6-game match, so neither player is on the verge of winning the match yet. You have to have 3.5 points. So Jewdoka could take a commanding 3-1 lead, and all he would have to do is draw either of the last 2 games. Or InDusDus can tie it up at 2-2. We'll see what happens. Does InDusDus have anything up his sleeve? Has he been practicing anything specific? We'll see. And I don't believe there's any other matches currently scheduled. Nope, Javi Kiwi Stepanzo does not show a schedule yet. A.E. Norman and S.P. Fish. Nope. And Chigi and Rise Again. Nope. So there's no one has scheduled anything yet. But I'll be continuing to watch whenever I can. I will be posting replays without comment, so you can replay the games yourself on YouTube. And I've got a couple games that I'm looking to do videos on here within the next week or so. Now that I'm feeling a lot better. I'm glad I'm feeling better. Still have a cough, so I still have to keep these cough drops. This is Fisherman's Friends cough drops. They're formatted after a button from the original Fisherman's Friends designer back 100 plus years ago. Her aunt made buttons. Fisherman's Friends cough drops. Original extra strong menthol. They're very good. Fresco 92 has joined in. Has joined in the lobby. Oh, let's see. They're at room 4. What's going on in room 4? Oh, he's just doing a review of something. So we're waiting for the second game on today's live stream to start. World champion Jewdoka has a 2-1 lead, but InDusDus was able to pull out the victory in game 3. So, can InDusDus do it again in game 4 playing black? We'll see. Many of the usual suspects are in the lobby waiting for the match to start. Cower 50, that's Carl from South America. Lacey with a bunch of 5s. Laszlo from Hungary. Ordep Kubek, that's Pedro. He has a YouTube channel en Espanol. One of the great teenage players, as well as Dr. B's from Netherlands. And R10, he's a regular viewer on the live stream, so we're glad to have you, R10, and glad to see you're on board space today as well. So we're just waiting for game 4. If you follow along on the replays without comments, you'll see that I have the standard Hive opening encyclopedia or shoe designation for each one of the games. But shoe designations are not 100% unique. However, Joe Schultz, in his upcoming book about opening theory, Jewdoka, that's Joe Schultz, set up a descriptor for the series of spots 2 spaces away from the opening bug and 3 spaces away from the opening bug. So I'm working on making a modification to shoe that would make it 100% every one of them unique. So be watching for that as well. And of course, once the new opening theory book comes out, I've got a whole lot of new terms to add to the Hive lexicon. So I'll be, hopefully before the end of the year, publishing a new Hive lexicon and a new shoe, standard Hive opening encyclopedia designation books for both of those. We show 5 viewers, but only 2 people have said anything. It helps the YouTube algorithm if you drop a comment. Wonder if they'll play a third game today or if the second game will be it. I'm going to scroll down and open up a map of player location. Lot in Europe, and there's R10. I think he's in Iran. And then 3 of us here in the US. Okay, they are going into room 1. So let's get the lobby turned off. And then once they get started, I will go to the gameplay room. InDusDus said, thanks for the break. I am ready. So we're just waiting for Jewdoka. Jewdoka started the room, so he'll have to hit the start button. Okay, let's go, said Joe. And they are off. As always, they go very quickly here at the very beginning. So let's see if I can get caught up here real quick. Get my live note there. Okay, that didn't take as long as I expected, so that's a good thing. The Jewdoka opened with a ladybug, as did InDusDus, and the Jewdoka followed with a queen in elbow. Rasco92 has joined as a spectator. Apollo Q has joined as a spectator. Now it's interesting that Joe, in his upcoming book, has coined a phrase, white standard setup, the WSS. But the white standard setup has the ant here rather than there. But I've noticed he's played this fork opening, fork triple. And black played what he refers to the black standard setup, which is a hub, with ladybug, mosquito, and queen. And Jewdoka's playing quite aggressively, pins that mosquito right off the bat. Now the question is InDusDus going to play the pill bug here, or is he going to bring in another ant? I don't want to see the ice, so let me check off the track ice. We're already a little bit of a think here by InDusDus. Pedro from Spain, that's Ordep Kubek, has joined as a spectator on Board Space. So let's look at some of the options. Okay, and Alex Norman, AE Norman 43 joins. That's interesting. He does bring a pill bug, but doesn't bring it in next to the mosquito. He brings it in an anti-spawn formation, which leaves the mosquito pinned. And as expected, Jewdoka brings in another ant. Now, is InDusDus going to sacrifice an ant? He only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spawn points. It was very interesting. If you follow Hive, and you probably already check out Board Game Geek every once in a while, the Hive page on Board Game Geek has a very interesting thread. Okay, he brings in an ant, which does a couple different things. Of course, it brings in the ant, but it now makes this a spin-proof spawn point right here. Unless, of course, white pins the ant this way. If white doesn't immediately attack with the ant or do something with the ant, then black has the option to pin it. Early on, before the beetles get in play, of course, that's what both players are trying to do, is take control with their ants. Okay, interesting. He brought in a mosquito. Now, one of the games of this match that I was reviewing, Jewdoka attacked with the pill bug. So do you bring in another ant? Bringing another ant would be at one of these two locations. You could pin the ant. Be interesting to see if he would consider doing something like that, which would be threatening to separate the pill bug and the queen from one another. If he brought a spider here, threatening to pin the ant, or if the ant moves, threatening to pin the mosquito, might force the ant to pin it. But again, spider's not a good defensive bug, so that's not necessarily a good choice to have the spider there. He could bring in a beetle. I think is most likely three possibilities. Bring in the beetle there, pinning with the ant, or bringing in a second ant. Okay, he pins with the ant. Also sets up a hex trap so that if either one of these spots get filled, the queen is free. And just like that, Jewdoka brings in an attacking beetle. And now Black's options are he can bring in a defending beetle here, which risks getting pinned and then covered by the mosquito. Or he can bring an ant in, which would make this a pin-proof spawn point again. Bring the ant in. You would not want to bring it over here because getting it pinned that way is not necessarily a good thing. Alex Norman must be having connection issues because he keeps joining the room. I guess in theory he could move the pill bug to here, but that's a lost tempo because he could have just started it there if he'd have wanted it there. Okay, InDusDus is in a bit of a think. Interesting, he put a spider there. That would not what I would expect. So he put the spider there so that he could come in with the beetle. Now, white could move to here. If the beetle climbs up, if white goes to there, the beetle climbs up. Black to there. Okay, that's interesting. Of course, at some point, a conservative player would bring in their pillbug in a defensive position. One, two, three. Of course, if the black spider would be in position to pin the white ant at some point. So Jewdoka could also just bring in another ant, his third ant. Although he's running the, okay, no, he's brought in the pillbug. Now that's interesting, not in a anti-spawn position. I guess in theory you could go to there, freeing the ladybug. But this beetle face-off around the black queen. If the black beetle moves up, white mosquito can come in. Okay. So he is bringing in it, and then beetle covers, gets covered, and white ends the ant. Now the beetle factory is still open, so black could bring in another beetle, bring in the second beetle there. Or could bring in the third ant, which if he does that, it could get pinned by the spider. Okay, he picked up the ant, but we did not see where he was looking to place it. If he's going to bring an ant in, he would almost have to go right there. I mean, in theory, he could go spider to there, ant to here, and then the beetle factory stays open. Now, one interesting thing is if the beetle moves forward, we could end up with a situation like that. We brought the third ant in, but brought it in there. That's interesting. Was he concerned about the pill bug coming to here? I wouldn't think so. I would think it's about time for Jewdoka to bring in his third ant. Okay, let's say we go to there. Okay, that doesn't do anything at all. And if the mosquito goes to there, that doesn't do anything either. The queen just gets warped away. Okay, he brought in a spider. Let's see what that spider is looking to do. 1, 2, 3. Threatening to pin the black ant. Is there any threat there? Not really. Sorry. Now, is there any advantage to pinning the ant? You could move the spider to there and then to there and release the mosquito, but that's very tempo using. So he brings in the ant here. But that's also interesting too because the spider can go to there and then to there. Same two moves to free the mosquito, but it stops the ant in the process. Now, a bit on the risky side might be, again, let's think about moving the beetle. Because if it doesn't get if it gets immediately covered, the mosquito can later on move in. It doesn't get immediately covered. There, there, there. So, let's take a look at timing. Jewdoka is at 16 and InDusDus is approaching 8.5. So time is not an essence right at the moment. Let's put the beetle back where it belongs. Okay, there we go. Thinking long term, black could bring in the beetle here. And that's what he did. Now I think the spider's best option to there and then to there. So he could have a goal of taking complete control of the outside of the hive by doing that on two consecutive turns. So if the beetle is moving forward, so if the beetle So if the black beetle goes 1, 2, 3, if white could 1, 2, 3, and then escape with the queen, the black beetles may be too far away to do anything, and white would have control of the outside of the hive. So that would be a possibility. Now, I would think that white's chances now are going to rely on the interesting. I was about to say on a hive game, but he just brought a beetle in. Now, what's the purpose of that beetle? Oh, the beetle can get warped to there. Or the beetle could go to there. Big Meep has joined as a spectator in board space. That's my teammate in the Humble Hive Boys. That's Jack, Captain Jack. Hi, Captain Jack. Okay, I was about to say that if you brought the beetle in, it needs to climb up, and that's what it did. Okay, he's looking at warping over the beetle to there. And that's what he did. And again, you never ever want to start off the game playing for a draw. You generally lose if you do that. But remember, in Jewdoka's case, he's got a 2-1 lead. A draw is beneficial to him. But playing white, you want to play for the victory. But he gets to play white in the next game as well. Okay. He's looking at advancing with the black beetle number 2. So let's pretend he does that. Does white cover? So Jewdoka broke the ring, and now he's threatening with white beetle 1 to cover the black queen. Now that's interesting. He placed it here. If he'd have placed it there, he would have been able to spawn a bug here to keep that mosquito underneath there. And be interesting to find out why he spawned it there. We'll probably know here shortly. Why you moved it to there, not spawned it there. So now the black beetle really can't, if it attempts to advance, it just gets immediately covered. Just a rolling stack of beetles. Okay, interesting. Black grasshopper to there. Now, the black grasshopper is threatening to pin the white ant, but it's also threatening to go to there, which would create the bridge for the beetles to cross. Now, if the grasshopper goes to there, what happens if the queen just gets warped away? Does black have enough to win? 1, 2, 3, borderline. Of course, a spider to there that doesn't do much because this ant is trapped in by the gate. And I think at some point, white spider is going to pin the black ant, and white's going to have complete control of the outside of the hive. Okay, so he does attack with a grasshopper. Now, that creates a bridge. Yep. I was thinking the spider's going to pin the ant. The beetle is just a tad away, not quite close enough yet. Because if it climbs across the grasshopper bridge, the white queen just gets warped out to here. Although he looked at that and decided against it. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think there's any other choice. Oh, that's interesting. Goes to there. Still doesn't free the ant, though. You knew that was going to happen. Sooner or later, something was going to anchor down that mosquito. So now if the beetle does this, then white anchors down that beetle, and this beetle is free to move forward. So now the other interesting thing is what if he goes to here? Nope. And that grasshopper is well placed too. It has angle of attack to 2 kill spots. And all of a sudden, I think that black is now playing somewhat defensively. I think white has a track toward qualifying for the win, but black doesn't. The only purpose that I see for that is warping the queen out. Yep. I think that is black saying I'm going for a draw here. But I don't think he's got a chance because white's going to qualify for the win. The beetle stack is going to roll forward. Nothing can stop that. And white has 2 grasshoppers in reserve and has complete control of the outside of the hive. Oh, interesting. Okay. That ant to there. So the beetle stack is not necessarily going to roll forward then. Oh, InDusDus is down to a little over a minute. Yeah, I think it's time for the beetle stack to start moving. Black cannot be in time to stop the beetle from covering the pill bug. The white beetle, black beetle, white beetle, and then the white beetle moves over. Yep, the rolling beetles. Although, why in the world would he do anything other than that? And finally, white has qualified for the win. Okay, interesting. Now the black queen is threatening to get away. Yeah, there's three ways you could stop it. You could stop it with the beetle or one of the two ants putting a block. So having the beetle still keeps qualification for the win. Yep. I think Jewdoka's going to win this one. He's got it pretty much figured out. The other interesting thing is the beetle gate here means the pill bug can't defend against that spot. I've been in this situation before where it's just so disheartening to know that you're not going to win it. Although it may not be as easy. Yeah, InDusDus is putting up a good defense. Because both of these are false pins, so these bugs are free. Oh, let's see what happened. He placed the grasshopper, his last grasshopper up there. Okay, so he's going to jump in and free the mosquito. So it's his best defense to go to there. He doesn't have any more bugs in reserve. That's one killer. When you play that last bug out of reserve, it drastically reduces your options. Jewdoka definitely has the time advantage. Oh, that's interesting. So the killer's going to be get a bug into that spot. These in-game situations, this is one of the things that really highlights the level of play of this top level, top tier Hive players, because they can look at a situation like this and come up with a plan. Okay, I'm as I was talking, I missed something. Black ant to there, white pillbug to there, black ladybug to there. White ant to there. There's some things around here. Boy, things happen really, really quick. Make sure I'm caught up here. I think so. Okay. Now this great big huge ring can although the black mosquito now has pillbug power, so if white just breaks the ring, to do something like that. Okay, he breaks the ring this way, looks at doing that, but still the ant can be warped into there. Yeah, the pillbug is powerless because it can't. He's gonna Continue fighting, though. Break the ring with the pill bug, and then the mosquito will move forward. I wasn't paying attention there for a while, and things happened very quickly. No, he hasn't done that one yet. Jewdoka has 11 minutes, so there's no time pressure there. So InDusDus fell on his sword by taking the setup shot with his own beetle, and then the white ant took the kill shot. So, want to keep going or tomorrow? Continue tomorrow. Wow, 2 exciting games today. Let's hope they don't continue today because I'm done. I'm ready to stop streaming. It's been a really long day. Tomorrow, please sure that works. I could play a little bit earlier. So let's see what time they're going to play tomorrow. So congratulations to Jewdoka. Two hours earlier, which would be 11 o'clock my time, which I will not be. Okay, they're going to set it up for 1500 at 11 o'clock my time, so I won't be available to stream, but it should be exciting. So congratulations to world champion Joe Schultz, playing under the name Jewdoka. Won game 4 to take a 3-1 lead. All he needs is at least a draw in one of the last 2 games to move on to the semifinals. So InDusDus says 1400, Jewdoka says 1500 would be my preference. So won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be watching as much as I can. Congratulations to Joe Schultz. Let's go ahead and we will turn the gameplay room off, view room off, turn the tournament results back on, and we will add Jewdoka's 3 right there. Well, thank you very much for joining this afternoon. A long Hive day here, streaming 2 streams today, one for the Blitz tournament this morning and one for the World Championship quarterfinal match, continuation of the match between Jewdoka and InDusDus. So it was an exciting day. And as always, don't forget, link down below, buy me a coffee, help support my channel. And as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. So until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.